what have we here? Actually, this one ain't mine. It is a Zenith stereophonic solid state. It's actually kind of neat. Folds out. 6 speakers. I'm not sure what that's all about. And there's the. It's just a record player. That thing fell out of it, so I'll see if we can glue that back on. Oh, this ain't mine. It works actually, but it needs the controls cleaned. We're gonna check the wires for the speakers and a power cord, and we might check a couple other things out. The person that has this just wants it to work, so that shouldn't be too serious. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Okay. My other camera took a crap, so we are using one of them 8mm analog camcorder things. So I'm sure, oh yeah, the quality's gonna suck, but I don't know. I thought all that was coming back again. I see all the other channels, you get them to put the cool thing now appears to be to add the obviously fake videotape filters to their content to make it look like it came off of an old VHS tape or something. I don't know. We might have to crank the hipster dial up to 12 on this. I don't know. Maybe we should throw some generation loss in this. We could probably arrange for that. Oh yeah. That's cranking the hipster knob up to 12. Ooh, baby. Well, this might be a first, actually, for the magical land of YouTube. There's examples of videotape generation loss out there, but I believe they're all VHS. So this might be a first content of such with generation loss from beta. Yeah, I flopped this around on the old beta machine a few times. And yeah. Alright, enough with the crap though. Let's get a little bit more serious. Alright, we have it plugged in. The lady that owns this has had it plugged in. When I picked it up, I actually plugged it in. So I'm not really worried about it blowing up or anything crazy like that. It actually didn't have no hum or anything, but we can see what it does. We throw a record on it. Obviously with the copy Nazis, you can't play anything for too long. I'll have to dig around. I might have something we can throw on there that probably won't get a copy strike thing. But here we go. We'll play this one, maybe. If you're watching, you'll know who you are. Idler wheel's not too hot, is it? Where's the loudness control? Not bad. Not bad. Definitely needs the controls clean. There's no getting around that. I'm pretty sure with the crappy idler wheel, I don't hear it knocking at all. So I don't think it's got a flat spot, which is interesting because this really don't have a neutral on it. So we pop the platter off. I'll see how that works. And not exactly the master of turntables, so you have to see how that mechanism works. But let's see if it tries to work even. Here goes the record, or the tone arm, and the tone arm didn't go in. Well, let's see here. Up goes the tone arm. Something's not right there. Not sure what that's all about. I don't know if it's because, you know, there's this little flippy thing back here, but I don't see. Some of these turntables had a thing you had to flip to set the diameter of the record, but this don't appear to have that, so I'm gonna have to check this out if I can figure out how it comes off of there. But let's open the backup one, see what's going to be involved to get to the controls. I don't know here if we can get a close-up or not. Probably not. Yeah, okay. Maybe we could really crank the hipster knob up to the max. I've got a Sony floppy disk digital camera laying around here that still works. And maybe we can take some stills with that camera once. To put in there where this thing's crappy resolution just doesn't cut it, and there we go, replace crappy with more crappy. That while making videos on crappy, but that's what we do around here. Actually, if I tip this thing on its back, I might be able to shoot the cleaner down into the hole there, and we might be able to get it to work. I guess we'll just stand by for that. We'll try standing it up and see if I can get some juice down in there and get these clean, because electrically I think that's all that's wrong with it. But we're gonna go ahead and check some stuff out anyways, but stand by. Well, I sprayed the controls up and everything. Let's see kind of how it sounds now. I feel the magic in your cool breath. I feel magic when I touch your dress. Silken satin, leather and lace, black panties with an angel's face. I see magic in your eyes. I hear the magic in your sighs. I think this thing will rock the house pretty good. There's some wow in it because I don't have the 45 adapter and the thing isn't on there quite straight, but we're going to take a look at this a little bit. There's a couple interesting things I found. And we can get it unplugged, and I think our best bet here is going to be to take the camera off the tripod, which, yeah, but you know what? Sometimes it's a must. First thing that I found kind of interesting is this is a Zenith model x560. Check this out. RCA output transistors. Oh, no, we're not in there. We go. Huh. No power transformer on the chassis. But looking at, of course, it ain't gonna show up. We got 50 volts, 30, is that 25? This is the main electrolytic, the filter. And which one is the can is common? Okay. So my guess being that there's no massive dropping resistor in this thing, that it's probably one of these ones that has the winding on the motor. It uses as a little transformer to power the chassis. And I believe this must have all PNP transistors in it. I know it's been a while since I've messed with anything, yet alone something solid state. I didn't pull a schematic out on this, but these are the two rectifier diodes. And there's the power coming from probably the winding on the motor. And positive to the electrolytic. So yeah, that right there tells me that this is probably all using negative voltage, if I remember correctly. PNPs require that. NPNs are, of course, the other way around. Appears to be all germanium, with the exception of that little guy right there. And there's one of them down here somewhere too. Where is he hiding at? He's alright, well, you can't see it for crap, but he's in there. I don't know if those are the drivers or if that's maybe for for bias regulation on the output transistors, which would be these guys. Push pull, interestingly enough. So I think this thing rocked the house pretty good. The speakers do come off of the cabinet and we've got extra wire. Interesting little chassis though. I might look at adding a fuse, breaking off these diodes and adding a fuse, so if one of these stupid electrolytics were decided to short, hopefully it would blow that fuse up versus have something else blow up. But we'll think about that. It's actually interesting. It's got a hole cut. I'm pretty sure it looks like the right size hole and slots for a fuse holder. So I think I've got a fuse holder laying around here. That might be an option if we can make it fit in there. Or if not, I have some of those fuses that you solder on. They got the little leads that stick off of them. Thing says it pulls 50 watts. We can investigate that once and see what it really pulls to get an idea what fuse you should put in there. But I think we're going to get the turntable out first, or the record changer, I guess, and see what the deal is there. Maybe there's a fuse hidden in there, but I don't know. Interesting, the nuts that were on these controls. Yeah, I'm not used to this camera. I haven't actually used it that much. That were on these controls to hold the front part into the cabinet. Were kind of chewed up, so it's like someone's been in this before, but I don't really see anything in here that suggests that it's been worked on, so that's kind of weird. But of course the plate came off. I think we can clean it up on the back side and maybe some spray adhesive. Yeah, look at that. It's crusty. Yum. We'll figure out something with that though. That sounds good. It doesn't sound like it has germanium disease yet. I don't hear any weird hiss in the speakers or in the audio, I guess. So that's a good sign. None of these little rotten things here, like that one or that one or that one, or I think, yeah, there's one buried down there. Yeah, I don't see any of those. I don't think those are gone crappy yet, which is a plus. Because then I would have to find a schematic, because I'm not as familiar with the solid state stuff as the tube stuff, and well, I haven't even worked on that for a while, so these little electrolytics, I don't know what brand them are. Probably can't even see it anyways. Actually, I will say the autofocus works pretty good on this camera. I'm impressed. just gonna be low resolution. But yeah, push pull, little output transformers. I've actually got a Magnavox chassis out in storage that if I needed some parts for this thing, if I ever had to work on it again, could probably be useful for fixing this thing. But yeah, so far so good. The controls are cleaned up. She rocks the house. Is that a bulge in the side of that capacitor? Yeah, it does feel like one. I wonder if that's a bulge because there's a whole bunch of stamping that's been done right here, or if it's a bulge because it's getting ready to blow up. Needless to say, when I get it all put together and working, well, it's working now except for the turntable. We got to do some work on that. It's gonna be one of those, leave it on for several hours. I believe I worked, they're the same person. I worked on it was a Pioneer or a Kenwood stereo receiver, and I did the same thing, kind of put it through the run and torture test just to make sure it was gonna hold up. And she says it's still working. That's been probably about 2 years ago, so did something right. But it's gonna see how that record player changer comes out of the thing. If you can figure that out, some of those are interesting. Alright, and managed to get the record player free. It's got a plug you pop out there, and it's got one of these things, and the back side slotted, which is good because my big fat hands won't fit in there. And well, let's take a look. Hey, there's a power transformer. So I was wrong. It doesn't have the winding on the motor like some of these did to power the chassis. They often have obviously your main motor winding, and they'd have a little stack next to it. Actually, that motor feels pretty free, but I'll probably give it the lube job. And yeah, crap. Here's a spring that was just sitting, chilling out in the bottom here. I wonder where that goes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I wonder where that spring goes. This might take me a little bit to figure out. Yeah, okay. I don't know where that little guy goes. Well, there looks like it maybe hooks onto that thing there, and I don't know where the other side of it would go. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeah, put that. Is it gonna stay there? Probably not. There we go. Idler wheel it's pliable. It is one of those ones that when you shut it off, defaults to the off position where it doesn't tension up against the wheel. I bet you I know what that spring's for. We're in the on position right now, and weeble, wobble, weeble. These little motor mounts, they seem to be in okay shape. They don't seem to be rotted out too bad. I think we can get it working. It's going to take some TLC, tender lube and care. But yeah, I bet you that little spring goes on. It's got to, there we go. It's got to go on this idler contraption somehow. So we're gonna have to investigate that. There's a speed selector thing. It raises and lowers the. Yeah. So I think that spring is somehow involved with this thing. Yeah, it's got to be, because now that's jammed up. Ha. Alright, well, I don't think there's much interesting to watch here, so we'll report back. Oh, there's a sticker. We'll report back when I get this thing dialed in and working decent. I think it should work okay. There's some more of that yummy crust. Look at that. Anyways, we'll shall return, or I shall return. Well, we decided to pull Mr. Motor. He spins pretty freely, but we'll probably pull him apart and give him a little bit of a clean up. Upon further inspection, these motor mounts are all cracked and super soft, and the motor just kind of goes weeble wobble in there. This actually feels good. There's no hard spot or bump in it, so I think we can make this work if we get this situation figured out. I think I found where that spring went. Pretty sure it went to this thing so that it puts pressure on the idler wheel. Oh, pressure on the idler wheel. It doesn't help our cause out whatsoever. Oh, yeah, there's the other side of these little thingies. Oh, I think we might be able to stick some grommets in there, and that might we might be able to make that work. These things were insanely tight. That's about all I could do to get them out. I was afraid of breaking them, but we got it. So there's our changer mechanism, which appears to work okay. I think if we clean it up and get all this really nasty brown goopy grease off of it and get some good fresh stuff in there, like some decent quality grease. I mean, yeah, that right there is just like turned solid, this crap. I think this thing will work. Yeah, there's your thing that pushes up in the spindle to drop the record. That's, if you manually advance the thing, it seems like it's all working properly there. It's just dry. This thing's go corroded, and there we go. Look at that. That's supposed to slide on there, so yeah, that's got to come off and get cleaned. This thing had to be in a place with moisture somewhere. It had to be, and it's just everything's kind of a little crusty. I don't think like left outside crusty, but lots of oxidation. Where's those? I've got it folded up, but I'm gonna say, where was the little RCA plugs that go on here? They're all coated in white, powdery, oxidized crap. So that is where we are at. Kind of a cute little changer, actually. Get it to stand still. There we go. The stylus appears to be okay. I can price one out. I did tell her if I had to order parts, I'd let her know beforehand, make a decision. At least price one. I could always order one for her if she wanted a spare. Now, this here, wow, was kind of neat. Look at that. I've never seen a stylus like that before. You flip it over in the flipper dooski, and there's your 78. It's got a little pointer on it, and you go, whoop, and we can probably pull that out of here. There. It's probably not showing up where the crap. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Hey, look at that. That's interesting. I can't say I've ever seen one like that before. And where's that thing at? Oh, here it is. Check this flipper doodle thing. Oh, it's kind of neat, actually. I was trying to figure out what it was. It goes like that, and then looking at the what do they call this thing? The skid mat or whatever, or platter mat, I don't know. I was wondering why it had this hole in it. Well, I think what it does, put it on there. Yeah, I'm really not used to this camera, so I'm used to the thing being more in the middle instead of being off-centered like it is on this one. So yeah, and there's a little thing here. The only thing I can think of is when you plop a, I don't know, I guess if you plop like a 10 or a 12 inch record on there, that it pushes down on this thingy, which in turns hits this thingy, which tells it how far for the tone arm to come in. And if this doesn't get pushed, it goes automatically for a 7 inch, because it doesn't have, some of these had a selector for 7, 10, and 12 inch. And not necessarily the Zenith brand, but some of these changers did. These aren't really my area of expertise. So that's where we're at with that. I'm not going to go through the whole process of cleaning this up and all of that. It should be fairly straightforward, and there's plenty of other content out there that shows how to do that. So that's about it for now. I think I'm gonna upload this. It's nothing exciting. Not like we're ever gonna get a lot of views anyways, but that's okay. A little brush thing there to clean the needle or the stylus off as it passes through. That's a nice little touch. I like that. Yeah, and there'll be a part 2. I don't want to drag this on for too long, and yeah. I guess we could open up these speakers. She did want me to check these speakers out, make sure the wires are okay, because I've got some speaker wire somewhere here. They looked okay on the outside, but we'll look inside. Well, let's open one of these speakers up once. See if we can figure out what in the world they mean by the 6 speakers or whatever that faceplate. Yeah, this thing. What it means by that. So let's see if I can get one of these open. Well, would you look at that? They did actually cram 3 speakers into this thing. I'd have never thought that in a million years. What is that? Like an 8-inch speaker? Yeah. I guess the factory tape just fell off. Oh well. What is that? 8. Looks like probably a 4 and a 3 maybe. It's even got the little that's gotta be, is that a translytic sprag? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, you put the capacitor in series like that. It's gonna work as a high pass filter, which is gonna keep the lower tones, your bass and whatever, that this guy's gonna do best at pumping out of these little guys, which they're not gonna do very good for that, so it'd be just wasted power. So you just put this little guy in there, and he will block off any of the lower frequencies. What value is it? 4 at 10, 4 microfarad. It's about right, if I remember right. Pretty cool. It's too bad the thing isn't in a little bit better shape. It's kind of dirty. We might try in a few areas where it's not so noticeable. I did say something about it. Maybe seeing if we can get it to clean up a little bit. We'll see. It's too bad his grill cloth is kind of chewed up. That's kind of too bad, because well, getting decent looking grill cloth anymore doesn't seem to be very easy. I mean, you can get the China black garbage, but that would just look really tacky on this thing. But that's all we really have. I'm gonna look at the power cord, which looked like it's okay, but it's up inside here. Check that out. Check the other speaker out. I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, actually, it's pretty decent wire. I mean, it's not huge wire, but it's in decent shape. It's not cracking. It ain't all pinched or any of that stuff. So I think we're gonna be okay with the speaker wire. But yeah, they definitely don't put it together like this anymore. This is Kyle the Nostalgia File. This is Kyle. You should be watching this on the Kyle the Nostalgia File channel. If not, shame on you.